down here in Fruita, Colorado at 18 Road. I'm here with Mark, and he is going to tell me about the bike that he rides.
This is my 2024 Santa Cruz Hightower in Cardinal Red with the S build.
Tell me a little bit about why you chose that bike, what build it is, and what components are on it.
Yeah, so the S build comes out of the box with the GX drivetrain. For the rear shock, you can either have a Super Deluxe, RockShox Super Deluxe, or there's a Fox Float, I believe. Up front, it either comes with the Fox Performance or the RockShox Lyric. Mine is equipped with the Fox Performance. And then it comes with Kodar brakes. It came originally with a RockShox reverb post, and that kind of leads into some of the changes that I've made. So
Yeah, tell me a little bit about what you've changed on the bike from when you bought it.
yeah, so from stock, the first thing I did is I switched out the handlebars to a carbon bar from 1UP. I also went to these Deity grips. Shortly after getting it, I switched out the drivetrain to this GX Axis drivetrain so that I have electronic shifting. And then probably after about 3 or 4 months, I started to have issues with that RockShox reverb dropper. And so I switched it out to this 1UP V2. I've been really happy with that. Also upgraded the brakes to Kodar pads, so not a lot of changes there. I got my T-Mac pedals here. And then the rear hub on this, for whatever reason, came from the factory with, I want to say it was an 18 tooth rear hub, and that's not even up to the spec that it's supposed to come with. So for some reason it came with that 18 tooth. So I worked with the bike shop and I upgraded to a 52 tooth rear hub. And I think that's everything that I've done to it. Nope, that's not true. I did change this front tire out for a wider, more aggressive tire. I've got the Assegai up there in a wider format.
Awesome,
So.
awesome. Why do you like this bike, and why did you pick it?
Yeah, so before I got my Hightower, I had a tall boy. I had a really nice yellow tall boy. It was a 2020 model, and I loved that bike. I just thought it was a lively, playful bike. It was a great, efficient climber, but a fun downhiller too. But it just was a little bit limited on the travel. And so I was looking for something that kind of kept that same feel and that same kind of liveliness and fun feel, but had a little bit more of a beefy front and rear travel for the suspension, and something to kind of allow me to do bigger hits and drops without bottoming out. I was bottoming out a lot on that tall boy, to the point where I was kind of breaking things. So it seemed like a good time to consider an upgrade.
Awesome. Is there anything that you would change on this current bike that you haven't done yet?
Other than the changes that I've made, I think the only other thing would be I don't love the Fox Performance fork that came on this bike. Like I mentioned before, the RockShox Lyric fork was one of the other options that's kind of an out-of-the-box spec for this bike. If you look at the spec sheet, it lists both forks. And I do wish this bike had been spec'd with the Lyric. I have that on my e-bike, and I think it's a great fork, and I really like the feel of it. And so that's one thing I even consider switching out on this one, is going to that Lyric fork. But otherwise, really happy with the bike.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you.